Hello again everybody, and a very warm welcome back to the channel. Today something a little bit special and fairly different. I was lucky the other day to go and visit the Infinity Simwings team down near Gatwick Airport for a full day package, one of the different things that they offer as a service. And with that I was able to do a load of flights in their ProPer A320, and I've experienced nothing like it. So throughout this video and some of the others coming soon, you'll be able to see what they're offering as a service, but also how I get on trying to fly a proper flight simulator, if you like, having only been flying in the flight sim at my own home. So hit like, hit subscribe, share your thoughts in the comment section below. If you're interested, down below there is a 5% off code for all of you to enjoy. If you want to check it out, you can book online using their website. And for those of you who are silver and gold frequent flyers, you can get 10% and 15% discounts instead. And more information for those are in the relevant members related community posts on the channel. Now, one thing that I've taken away from my experience, and you'll see that in the videos to come, is that the team, Hani and Ethan, supremely friendly, professional, welcoming, really informative, and they make you feel quite at ease as well. You got those Thrustmaster pendulum rudders as well. Quite cool.
Yeah. So to be honest, I could vouch for these, and some of the proper airbus designs that they have for this cockpit are not as good as this. We have one company we found that really are the thing.
Yeah.
So that's where we'll end up with one. But for now, we just stayed with those because I really could vouch for the ability and capability.
Oh, it's such a high quality flight deck and stuff as well.
Yeah, absolutely.
Really good.
So really just a quick reminder of the flight deck, things that you need to know. Obviously the fire controls, hydraulics, fuel management, electrics. I think you're used to probably all of that. Engine anti-ice, APU, all the lights, emergency lights, arming and no smoking and so on. Really basic stuff here. These are the RMP controls, RMP 1 and 2, but we won't probably use them first of all now. It's a proper weather radar, which does work because we got the full-on professional active sky, and I know that's a problem with FS. We're going with the radars, but we do have weather radars here. Nice. And it is, the tilt is even simulated properly, so full on.
So that displays as if it's the real aircraft?
So that displays as if it's the real aircraft. I think you know where everything else is. The only thing I'll say with this, because probably at home you're not using it, it's a gentle pull up. Yeah. And as you start moving, let go. Are you with me? So you don't need to keep holding it all the time. Just let go and it slots in place. So gentle, and it just slots in. Right. Yeah. And obviously for the gear, it's a pull up, and you don't pull it up. You can't sort of, you can try, but it won't work. All of this stuff obviously all works. That's a full-on that works like in real life, integrated to SimBrief again. So yeah, all just runs as real life would. This is exactly how you would expect it to run. You push the book, obviously when we talk today is here. You've got your headsets behind you, which obviously we'll use later on today. So yeah, now.
So that's the push to talk there, that squeezy trigger, and that's the autopilot disconnect.
Autopilot disconnect, yeah. And if you keep your hand on the autopilot long enough, it will say priority and whoever. So if you put on it, your hand on it now and leave it for a long time, it means that you will get optimal control. Wow. I'll demonstrate that. So if I put my hand on it and leave it on, it should say priority right. Okay.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. And if we both fight each other, it will know. We won't fight each other today. Right. Okay. We're going to be a good crew.
But you say that,
You say fuel input, fuel input, fuel input. It'll be very upset. Just to talk about the checklist that we have here.
Liner 58 Alpha Tango, Dublin ground, pushback and engine start approved, face west.
I'm going to advanced pilot monitoring. You have the pilot flying. Yeah. You simply go through each one. So cockpit preparation, you go through everything as it is. Right, okay. And you're happy with it, you just check it and move on. We don't need to talk about it until it comes to the point that we would say call for, basically we have those sheets integrated in here. So call for your cockpit preparation. So when that comes, you just call it. I've still got it here. Yeah. So we don't really need that, it's just to back up in case it all fails. Okay. and yeah, I can call it that. It's all on here. So basically, the flow should run beautifully. Item check, you can move on. If you want a notepad to write anything in your hand, there is a notepad. You click on it, you can scribble on it, whatever, and then go back to checklist.
Dublin Airport Information Foxtrot 1121 Zulu. Wind 120 at 7. Temperature 10. Dew point 02. QNH 1020. VFR conditions. Landing runway 10 left. Departing runway 10 right. Transition level 050. Read back all hold short instructions. Advise on initial contact you have information Foxtrot.
Speedbird 27 Victor, runway 10 right, taxi via Alpha Tango 1, Alpha Tango 2, Hotel 1. Hold short runway 16.
So what you're about to see is a training flight, a familiarization flight, which was the first trip of the day that I did, just to get me used to the controls and the feel of the aeroplane with their simulator setup. So we departed Dublin, and effectively I hand flew a very loose circuit. He gave me a couple of headings and altitudes to hold, and then gave me a bit of a tight approach in as well, just to really test me and get me warmed up, ready for the rest of the day.
Go on to Charlie, then turn left on Kiddo, which is
Okay, for 28 right there, via November 2.
Absolutely.
The having the tablet here as well with live moving maps is just so.
Yeah. Again,
it makes it a lot easier to use.
Yeah, good old VATSIM is a bundle here because you're managing so much when you're in VATSIM and you can't see anything. You're like VATSIM on home computing is difficult, and you got the controllers being rude. I'm like, you know what I have to do here.
Oh yeah, the tiller is.
It's going to be very, very.
It's a very intentional change, isn't it?
Yeah.
This is interesting, trying to kind of think what I'll be doing at home, but I'm actually applying it in here.
Yeah.
But this wrap round is just unreal. It's so good. Is there much similarity or much difference between this being the ProSim A320 and the Phoenix A320 that we all fly in the sim?
Yeah, I would say just the flight dynamic. Yeah, but obviously the price difference is huge, so you can imagine it's like the proper thing versus okay, this is okay for home sim. Small setup. Well, one is certified, one is, you can imagine, so it would be. But still, Phoenix is brilliant. Look, I'm not going to knock it for what it is. It is the most
for realism for home simulator.
Yeah, for home sim, it's the most advanced. I know PMDG are good, I know others are good, but this is the best that I would have ever seen ever. Desktop stuff. So we got to give it that. And professional, and
do you want me to line up straight away?
Yeah, absolutely. It has to line up. There's no traffic. We know we have it all turned off. So when you're ready,
approaching 28
nice.
Right.
So we got RAS installed just because some professional organisations like it installed, and as you know, it's not mandatory, but all of that. So.
Did you want me to do strobes?
Absolutely, yeah. Go for it. Go for it. Strobes on. All the lights on. Yeah. We do a bit of night in a moment. You'll see the effect of those are vastly brilliant.
Slight uphill bit this one, isn't it?
It is, yeah. Obviously lining up for you here, it's a doddle now. You really are showing off how brilliant now you're going to line up. But you just don't get that luxury at home to see all of that.
No, even things like the Tobii eye tracker that I've got, it just doesn't, it's not quite it's the same, is it? This is
it is good, but it's just not the same.
Properly immersive.
Absolutely. So I'll call you 100 knots and be 110 for you. So you just
on runway 28.
So what should my point of reference be for lining up?
Always in the distance, really. I would always go to the distance. And
feel firm on the brakes.
Absolutely.
So takeoff in this, what should I expect?
Okay, so thrust about halfway, all the way up. really keep your feet on the rudder, arc 100 knots, just cross check, V1 rotate, same thing.
Right.
So
And stick forwards,
stick
pressure
slightly
on the
forward
nose.
up to 100 when you hit 100, yeah. No more than that, absolutely.
Right.
People go a bit too much. That's
Yeah.
exactly where you got it, is what you need.
Right.
Okay.
Okay.
So go for it. Yeah, tension stable, go ahead all the way. Put it into toga because we don't have any. Okay, toga. There you go. Don't worry about that. Just because we haven't got any. Nicely on the centre line, 100. Feeling that box makes
Yeah.
V1, okay. Okay, positive brake.
Gear up.
It's nice to feel like gear 3. Yeah, lots of that.
This is incredible.
Yeah, it would be hard to go back home and fly.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, just wanted to go into climb, so you can go ahead and put it onto climb. So a couple of clicks back. There we go. Clicks beautifully in place. It should hold the speed quite nicely. Just handling a bit of flying.
You want me to level off at 5?
Yeah, I would say 5,000 feet.
Have you got a particular heading you want me to roll out on?
Let's give you
The feeling of the stick definitely is a lot more intentional, isn't it? So
yeah. Oh yeah.
having to actually really think about what you're doing
Exactly.
compared to me just
Yeah.
using my sticks at home.
Yeah.
So smooth.
Yeah, that's an art to get it all to be that smooth. You can imagine, starters and whatever, but obviously you've got a lot of heavy equipment
Yeah.
to support
Yeah.
that 1590. You see, this is what Active Scar does well, and I know FS is not bad, but look at that distance there. It's
Yeah,
just
with the haze.
so right,
Yeah.
and you don't just quite get there with.
So if someone came for like a 2-hour basic package, what sort of thing would they expect?
So they'll go from planning their flight completely to basically getting everything ready, the cockpit ready professionally, properly. There can be 2 pilots together. We can be pilot supporting if that's what they want. There'll be pilot flying, and just run it as literally airline for a day. So to really, what's the crew, the cockpit crew doing for an entire day? They can choose obviously their departure, arrival, airports. If there's anything that we don't have, we can try to have the scenery for basically. I have a lot here running in terms of airports.
Yeah.
And then adding any other, diversions, anything they might want to do into it. But for basic, yeah, I mean, it's just giving them the basics of it. Now, for more advanced, we expect them to really run like a proper full-on airliner. We prefer sometimes maybe 2 to come together for more advanced because they can really work together to learn.
Yeah.
And running it properly from, the FCOMs and the checklists and so on, which really helps. But we got an app specially designed by Ethan to fully run pilot flying, non-flying duties really well to a T, which is fun. Shall we transition the time of day a little bit?
Yeah, I'll do something fun.
You can do it. You know how I transition it slowly because it's quite good.
What's your definition of fun? Not like a 60 knot crosswinds gusting at 100. Oh, look at that. That
See,
is
that's hard for you to
superb.
even look at.
Yeah. But I've spent a lot of time as cabin crew, and I was quite blessed when I was at BA. I'd spent a lot of time asking to go in the flight deck and sit in the jump seat for takeoffs and landings, and seeing an area like this is so realistic. Oh, look at that. That's spectacular.
to that. Obviously, as you know, FS has done really well with the Starliner and Moon phases as well. Really does bring it to life so well.
Totally different experience to being at home. This.
Send you to 3000 and I'll take you back to approach. Just feel how the engine is winding down. That just makes such a difference.
Gives you a really good appreciation for the real jet.
Yeah, exactly.
And seeing actually how kind of the Airbus systems are working. A little input there of changing from 250 to 220 and seeing it. You don't really get that at home.
Yeah, it's harder through one or two displays. Even if you pop out the cockpit, it's just harder.
Yeah. Have you tried VR at home with Flight Sim?
I haven't. I've tried VR elsewhere. It's okay, but just limited because then you lose the the feedback. So
yeah,
I think it has.
You've got all the physical controls.
Yeah, I know. And so it's okay. I think it's for my purposes. I wouldn't say it was like, yep, I can see how this is. But yeah, for a home setup maybe.
Definitely for multi-crew having this, where you can look at each other and talk.
Yeah,
There's that,
of course.
relation.
And the problems we may have, ability to discuss it, talking through the headset, sorting out together. I mean,
it's cool feeling actually now we're basically at minimum clean, but I can feel that in the aeroplane as well as we're sort of zipping along.
Speed check, time's up 1. Feel more the drag now.
Yeah.
But again, she's great. Okay, turning in after descent.
What is the weather at the moment in Dublin?
Yeah, I mean, wind is very light. It looks like it's tailwind 6 knots, but nothing major. So yeah, it's just what you see, really nothing. Should be close enough where you can visual to intercept. See when the runway's wrong.
Oh, just there, isn't it?
Yeah, so we're coming in at a bit of an angle.
I can drift out right, if that works.
Drift out right. See, it's really not much bit of fun.
So it's the one on the left here that we're landing on, is it?
It doesn't matter, left or right, you can choose. Maybe start the other descent. I'm sure you felt all the wheels there come out, all the rings. So you can see where they are. And you've got weather red at the moment, so you can kind of hold it off. Speed on the back, or flaps. Yeah, I'll go to the left. So we've got maximum drag now, and you're going to feel it. Hold the brakes low. And right.
I hope so. I feel the camera's burning into me. So 9 knot tailwind for us.
I never said it was going to be easy. A bit down the runway we're blaming that.
Yeah.
Approaching 28 left.
In case she doesn't know. Yeah, well done. You're working hard, which is good. You're flying your aircraft. Exactly what it should be all about.
See, I have it there in the sim is to get kind of let that rate of descent increase, but. Float up.
Yeah, that's alright. Okay. Well done. Go for the bus. So nice. Touchdown. Maybe that's all the way back. You want that?
1,200 meters remaining. 900 meters remaining.
Yeah, the way you cancel it, you just go forward. Yeah, it's different from your vertical. Very nice. Wow, very good. Different?
Massively, yeah. I was so focused then.
I could see that. Yes.
Yeah.
I should have a
There's a hell of a lot going on. Yeah.
Very intense. Yeah, it definitely makes a difference.
There's a lot of work to do, isn't there? In the sim at home, there's you kind of get used to your little routine, and then you're flying your ILS approach, and you just leave it all on automation and stuff. But actually, it's no different, is it, to what you experience?
Yeah.
So there you go, folks. That's my familiarisation flight done in the Infinity Simwings A320. Check out the discounts, link down in the description below, and their website. Hit like, hit subscribe, share your thoughts, rate my landing down in the comments section below. Join us for the next video where we take this aeroplane out of Dublin for a short hop to Manchester with injected traffic and ATC. But thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you next time. Take care.